Okay, you can see Baltazar is behind me, so we are ready to go. Welcome to another dynamic core flow. Well, he's got some energy today too. Okay, so I had a great workshop on Sunday for Substack subscribers and people who have taken it. That is now posted on the archive page, which you get emails about if you take any of the workshops. So if you sign up for one, you get access to all the previous ones as well. You can find information at derekbarris.com/yoga. There is a sign up link next to that for Substack where you can enter the free level and then the paid level, get you access to the workshops. Also, you will find playlists on that page for these classes. Again, I don't play music during it just for level reasons and because I don't feel like getting copyright claims on YouTube, but you can do that at home through Spotify. It's a great way to add a little bit of audio, some sonic flavor to these flows. And then finally, donation links. At the time, it doesn't appear like gyms are going to be open. I really don't think for the foreseeable future. I'm personally thinking maybe next spring. We'll see how things evolve, but that's what it's looking like to me. So I'll be doing these classes for a while. If you'd like to support and you're enjoying them, please consider donating. That would be wonderful. And that's about it for now. We're gonna continue. And like I said, we have the twice a week, and then I have some special classes planned that I'll just be posting and not live streaming. That'll appear on the feed. So subscribe to the YouTube page if you are enjoying these flows as well. So today we're gonna focus a bit on squats. So let's begin standing, and we're also gonna work on core engagement with all of the standing poses. So you're gonna come in and take your feet wide or into a fan pose. And I just want you to start by letting your feet collapse a little and then pushing out. Not too much, you don't want your knees to buckle, but you're just bending your knees a little bit and then pushing out. So imagine your shins pressing out to the sides here. You feel your adductors engage as you push out into that. Okay. So it's been a while since I had a good mobility flow in this. We've been so focused on the core aspect, which is wonderful, and we will be doing that. But I want to get some mobility work in here early as well. Now here's the thing. It's very easy when we move into the lateral plane to let your arches collapse. So what I want to start with, and we're going to start a little more subtle and then we'll add to it, is looking at your left foot, keeping your arch lifted as you start to bend into your right knee. So you might not go down as far as you're used to, right? Same thing. Lift your right arch as you bend over to the left. And then just playing with that for a few times. So creating this intentional resistance in the straight leg and then sinking down into that. And some of you have much better range of motion. You can come pretty low to Skandasana like this, right? I need to turn my foot up into Skandasana, but that's a slightly different rotation of your hip. Right now, we're really focused on that, again, that inner thigh staying engaged as you press away. And you might also find a difference, right? Going to my left side is a lot harder for me than going to my right side, but I'm trying to keep it even here. Take about 2 more rounds. And we'll take 1 more. Back up, okay. And just make sure your feet are parallel. I tend to turn mine out a little bit there. Do a little windmilling work. So you're gonna try to keep your hips even here and try not to turn from your hips. You're gonna turn from your midsection, arms out to the side, and then take your left hand down under your face, spin your right arm up, and then pull into center to come back up. All right, so engaging the whole time, right hand down, left arm up. Now, left arm up is optional. You can also just go arm out to the side or even to your hip. Let's take 2 more rounds. One more round. Okay, let's start with our left leg. Turn your left foot out And then rotate into a lunge, right hand down, spin your back heel up, and then lower your back knee. My left hand is on my left thigh, and I'm in a wide lunge here. So let's start with our right hip flexor. So palm down, heart forward, lift your right knee on the top of your right foot, and then tap your knee down. So a little bit of ankle stretch there. Feel it mostly up in its front and top of my right thigh. I'll take one more. I'm going to go a little wider. Left hand on your left thigh, push away, and then just lean back and open up your left shoulder. And then option, you can lift your back knee and pulse a little. You can also tuck your toes, which gives you a little more pulsing here if you want. Get a little foot stretch there. Okay, and then come back to center, tap your toe down, right toes tucked. Walk back into more traditional low lunge. Sink forward. Try to get your left knee in front of your foot there, and then press both legs straight. Let's just start to work our hamstrings here. Inhale, tap. And straighten 2. Inhale. And 3. 2 more. And last one. And 5. Good. Rotate over to fan pose and fold for a breath. Sorry, my cat's just making a mess in the kitchen, which is not unlike him. So you're not in your widest fan pose here. Let's work a little twisting movement before we go to the other side. Right hand under your face. Spin your left arm up. And then as you exhale, thread your left arm under your right armpit. Pull your heart forward. It's a little twisting work. Inhale. Twist 2. 3 more. Inhale. Keep going with that. I have to move this away from my cat. I'm sorry. So 3. Yeah, you're an asshole. So 2 more. And I'll join you for the final one. Inhale, left arm up. And twist under. And then rotate to the front, or to your right side. This is the front for me. Tap your back knee down. And then top of your left foot, right hand on your thigh to rest. Heart forward to start, and then lift your left knee up. Tap it down 1. 3 more. For 2. And 1. And then create a little more space, walk your foot out, add more of a twist. You can hold here for a moment or lift your back knee and just pulse. And tap your back knee down, toes tucked, right foot into a traditional low lunge. Inhale, see if you can get that knee forward. That's going to come into play in our squats. Exhale, straighten both legs. Let's flow that. Inhale. Exhale 2. 3 more. Inhale. Final 2. And 1. Now from there, rotate back to fan pose once more. And take your left hand right under your face so you have a tripod between your feet and your hem. Take your right arm up. And then again, exhale, thread under your armpit. Pull your heart forward like a plank. Lengthen, and then inhale. Exhale 2. Okay, 3 more. For 2. Final 1, inhale. And twist 5. And then fold down at center, take a breath. Okay, turn to the front of your mat and then step back to plank pose. And then in your plank, get a nice strong plank. We're gonna take this slow. Take your left knee, tap your left elbow. Step back, right knee. Nice and slow. Inhale. Left knee 2. Inhale. Right knee 2. One more round for now. Left knee. Inhale. Right knee. Inhale, plank. And let's flow. Chaturanga. Pausing for a breath in your first back bend. Open it up. And back to your downward facing. Okay, in your down dog, walk your feet halfway up your mat. If you have a block or anything, really grab it, and it's not necessary. Right? And then soften your knees, and then come up to stand. Why is he... Sorry, cat is an extra asshole today. So, feet are mat distance apart, so you're in the shoulders position here, shoulder distance I should say. And then you're holding something if you have it. And it's, usually I was doing this with a 25-pound dumbbell this morning when I was doing my squat work. So it's really just about having something in your hands that's weighted. I know this isn't much weight. And I want you to drop down and find a squat and bring your elbows in front of your knees. And then find your full squat. Now the weight helps to bring you down. Now keep your heels down, just shift your weight over so your left knee comes in front of your left foot. You're stretching your Achilles here. And then shift over, push your right knee forward. And then shift back over to the left knee, pause for a moment. So the weight just helps to bring it down. And then the right knee. Right now I'm just engaging my shoulders a little bit by pushing into this foam roller, and then go over to the left. And again, over to the right. Let's take one more, over to the left. And over to the right. And then back to center. Now, keep squeezing, engage your abdominal muscles, that is part of this. Now lift your butt about as high as your knees and squeeze your glutes together, breathe. Squeeze, not together, but squeeze your glutes, squeeze, 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 strong center, and then squat back down. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Lift up, squeeze in. A lot of isometric tension here. Drop down 2. Okay, one more time. Lift up, squeeze. Drop down 3. And then come to stand and stand up. Walk that out. Nice way to fire up your whole lower chain here. So again, I was doing that before I was loading my squats, but even for yoga squats, pretty effective. You can move your block out of your way. Now come up to the top of your mat. And then let's just move through our range of motion before we start our flow now. So 5 rounds. Inhale. Drive your feet out just like we did in fan pose. Squat down. And then drive back up 1. You can play with your arms here. Inhale. Exhale 2. 3 more. Final 2. Really strong feet. Drive down. Last one. And up. All right, we're going to be transitioning into squats throughout our flow today. So a little warm from that. Toes together. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Flat back as you inhale. As you exhale, chaturanga. First flow back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, stretch your right leg up. Draw your knee in, step forward. Warrior 2, back heel roots, open out. Now, inhale, warrior 1. You might have to step over a little bit. Stretch your arms up. Release down, chaturanga, flow. Lift your left leg. Draw your knee in and step. Warrior 2 opens you out. Warrior 1, inhale. And chaturanga, flow back to downward facing. Okay, like I said, I'm going to take it slow. Really just try to nail the form. Bend your knees. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Step your right foot that distance. Squat down. Press up. Inhale. Step your feet together. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Chaturanga. And flow back to your downward facing. Stretch your right leg up. Pull your knee in and step. Warrior two. Warrior one. And clasp your hands behind you, interlace. Take an inhale. Exhale, devotional. Take a breath. So find your flat back, left palm to the ground, back heel up. Spin your right arm up. Inhale, twisting runner's lunge. Right arm forward and down, flow back, chaturanga. As you inhale, stretch your left leg up. Pull your knee in and step. Warrior two brings you up. Inhale, warrior one. Clasp your hands behind, opposite thumb on top. Good practice. Inhale. Devotional, take a breath. Now as you find your flat back, right palm down, left arm up, back heel rotates up, twisting runner's lunge. Left arm forward, and then hand down, flow back to downward facing. Bend your knees, take it slow. Right foot, right hand, left foot, left hand, malasana, squat down. Take your right elbow, drive it down, spin your left arm up, twist. Come back, left elbow, roots in, push, right arm up, twist. Come back, center, stand up, drive down, feet together. Stretch your arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Flat back, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Stretch your right leg up. Pull your knee in and step, warrior two. Opens you out. Warrior one. Hands behind your back, interlace. Take an inhale, broaden your collarbones, keep it, devotional, take a breath. Release your left hand down, flat back. Spin your back heel up, right arm up, twisting runner's lunge. Look down for balance, side plank, left hand. Inhale, modify as needed. Exhale, right arm under your left armpit, twist one. Inhale, twist two. Inhale, try to keep your hips as even as possible. Twist three. We got two more. Inhale, twist four. Inhale, twist five. Right hand down, plank, and flow. Stretch your left leg up, pull your knee in, and step. Warrior two opens you out. Warrior one, hands behind your back, interlace. Opposite thumb, inhale. Exhale, dive in. Take a breath. Now as you find your flat back, right hand down, find your twisting runner's lunge. You know what's coming, modify or side plank. So modification could be knee down, of course. Inhale, twist left arm under one. Inhale up, two, three more. for 2. And 1. Plank pose and flow. Bend your knees. You can always hop up to squat or left foot, right foot, malasana. And pause. Push your elbows out into your thighs, palms to your heart. Sit up tall, 5 breaths. Close your eyes and breathe. Can you feel as though your head is right above your hips? So you're driving your knees out with the help of your triceps, lifting your sternum up. 3 more breaths. Drive down through your feet, stand up, and feet together. Okay, let's build from there. We're going to add on some balancing. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, heart forward, chaturanga. Stretch your right leg up. Pull your knee in and step, warrior 2. Pause. Turn your palms up, set your shoulders down, close your eyes, 5 breaths. You can turn your wrists down if that feels better. I like wrists up or palms up on the warrior 2. Now remember what I said before, drive your outer left foot down. Right? So you can get nice and deep in the right knee, but if you're collapsing your left leg, you're missing half of the pose. Settle in a little more without losing that back leg. 2 more breaths. Warrior 1. Hands behind your back, interlace. Take an inhale. Devotional, 5 breaths. Release your hands down. Straighten your right leg. Let that breathe for a moment. We're going to balance now. Take a breath over your right leg. Okay, spin your back heel up. Bend your right knee. Try to keep your hands lined up with your toes-ish. You might have to go forward a little bit. Standing split, pull your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Tap your left knee down inside of your right foot. Sit back. Now we're going to flow this. Now back to mobility work. If you want to balance, keep your hands off the ground, okay? So hands are going to stay forward. Inhale, standing split. Pulse that leg back up. Exhale, squat down, sit down into it. Okay, your range of motion. 3 more. Drive your right foot down. Inhale, lift up. Again, 1 or both hands down is needed. Sit it down. 3. 2 more. One more time. Loading that right leg now. Inhale. Take it up. Sit it down. 5. Pause. Hands come down now. Lift your chest up. Slide your hands back. We just loaded that right leg. Let's stretch the front of our left leg. Pulse your hips forward. Sit down. 1. Pulse. 3 more. Drive your right foot down, but drive your left shin down as well. So these are like little baby camel poses, mostly for the quadricep. For 2. Okay, stay with me here. Last one. Pulse up. Kick your left leg forward. Lie back. Right knee into your chest. Arms forward. Lift your left leg. Lower it. 1. Just left leg raises. Arms can go overhead if you want a little more challenge. You can also straighten your right leg up. More challenge. 3. We got 10. Spotted your neck. You can interlace your hands behind your head as well. There's 5. Just working that left leg. 5 more. 4. Nice and slow and controlled. 3. For 2. And 1. Lower both legs. Arms forward, low boat pose. Squeeze into center. Just one time, boat pose. Now bend your right knee and then take your left leg back. So we're going to pigeon, but we're not there yet. I'm going to slide so my knee's on my mat here. Now let's pulse up. Forward, pulse 1. Sit down. With control, pulse. Sit it down. 3 more. Pulse. For 2. Last one brings us up. Bring your hands down. Step your right foot back. Take your left leg up. Standing split. Inhale. Step back into lunge. Lower your left knee again. Untuck your toes if you want. Stretch your arms up. Low lunge. Bring your left elbow outside of your right thigh. So now we're in a full twisting runner's lunge. Option to lift your back knee, split your arms or bind. 5 breaths. Look down for balance. With control, warrior 2. Open back up. Inhale, reverse. Hands down and flow back to downward facing. Okay, from your down dog, roll out to plank, lower to your belly. Drop down. A little strength sequence, and then we'll go to the other side. So hands are set up for a cobra. I want you to lift your hands and legs. Locust. Inhale. Maybe on the top of your feet. Exhale, plank. Push. Let's do it again. Lower. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Strong center. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. 4. Last one. Inhale. 5. What's nice about the top of the feet, up dog is right there, and downward facing. Stretch your left leg up. Nice and easy step. Warrior 2, open out. 5 breaths. You can go palms up if you'd like. But again, strong right leg. Drive your outer right foot down. Keep that arch lifted. Then sink into your front foot. 3 more breaths. Okay, warrior 1. Inhale, set it up. Drop your hands behind, interlace. Inhale, straight down the pipe. Devotional. Breathe for 5. Wrap your outer right hip forward, pull your left sitting bone back, release your neck, relax your jaw. Three more breaths. Release your hands, pyramid for a moment, stretch your left leg straight. Fold over your left leg. Okay, let's go to that balance now. Spin your back heel up, bend your front knee. Keep your hands pulled back, standing split, lift up. And then come on down, right knee down, inside of your foot, sit back. Now again, you can use hands, but we're trying to load this left leg. So drive your left foot down, especially the inside of your left foot, and then standing split. Lift yourself up. Kind of warrior three, toppling tree move. Drop back down. 3 more. So challenging and yet so important. 2 more. To work each side independently. All right, so when we're doing squats, you might be favoring a side without even realizing it. Last one. But movements like this force you to confront imbalances, right? And then drop down. 5. All right, that side's a lot harder for me, but I know I'm strengthening it. Now, pulse your right hip forward, sit back. Just working that right quadricep. A little bit of shoulders, of course, too. 3 more. So your left foot driving down, you can feel that. Drive your right shin down as well. Last 2. Now, final 1. Pulse up, kick your leg forward, lie back. Right foot hovers, roll onto your back, left knee up, and then take your right leg up. Lower. Option, arms overhead. Option, left leg up. 8 more. Right? I've given you the number, and you know that this is all we're doing right now on our back. So really try to go slow and control. We're halfway there. 5 more. Final 2. Final 1. Lift up. Take both legs down, arms forward, low boat, pause, squeeze in. Boat pose. And then bend your left knee out to the left, sweep your right leg back. Setting up this position for those hip pulses. You want to tighten it up, and then it's a hip drive. Pulse up, and then sit back with control. 2. 3 more. 2. Final 1. Come up. Bring your hands down. Left foot steps, right leg up, standing split. Open it up. And step to lunge. Lower your knee down again. Stretch your arms up. I always like twisting with my knee down. I mean, don't always do it, obviously. Changes the balance when your knee's up. But when you come this way, you can really find that twist and then decide to extend your back leg. So you already have the twist in place. A little harder to find when you're focused on balance. If you took the arms into a variation, go for it. Got 4 more breaths. Look down. Warrior 2. Open out. Reverse. Chaturanga and flow back to downward facing. Okay. Lower your knees to the ground. Have a seat on your heels. Okay. So we're going to do a little twisting camel work here. And then we're going to do some work for our hip flexors specifically. So if you have a block, we're going to use a block. If you don't, that's okay. You can just imagine you have one. You're actually not even going to touch it for what we're going to do. So for this part, I want to think of a sweeping motion. We're going to do 3 rounds, and then we're going to do a full camel. So if you practice with me, we do this a lot in person. Remember in person? I kind of do. Sweep your right arm back, twist over into twisting camel, and then sweep through center, and then left hand down, right arm up. So it's kind of up to you. Is it more of a side stretch? Is it more of a back bend? Right? You can play with all of that. It's just a nice, again, mobility movement. And 1 more round. Woo, stand on your shins, hands to your kidneys, lift your heart up. Stay here, elbows wrap in, neck long. If you're going back, drop back, full camel, 5 breaths. Come up, sit back on your heels and work a little cat-cow here. Okay, and then have a seat, stretch your legs out in front of you. And if you have a block, grab it. And you're gonna bring the block. I know it's a little tight with this camera here. I'll sit back a little bit. So have the block between your feet, ideally at the highest level to start. So you're gonna, hands down will make this easier, but why would we want it easier, right? Flank your toes, pull your chest up. You're gonna try not to lean back. You may lean back a little, that's fine, but engage your abdominal muscles. And we're gonna go 10 pulses with the right leg. Ready? Pulse, you're trying to get above the block. That is the whole goal. You can tap your heel down in between. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Strong center, left side. 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up. Put the block to the side, bring your legs together, that's why. Take your hands somewhere between your knees and your ankles, ankles being the hardest. I'm about halfway, ankles not there yet. Belly in, heart forward, try not to round, pull in, squeeze your inner thighs. Ready? 10 pulses, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Take your block. Put it up, take your left foot out into, actually we're gonna do both. We're gonna go reciprocal today, why not? So, try to keep your sitting bones from shifting too much. Strong belly, ready? Lift your right leg over the block, tap your left foot, back in, now left foot, go across, tap that heel down, 1, there's a round. Again, you're trying to push your heart up into your hands here as you do this. So you're not leaning back, you're engaged and you're working those legs. There's 3. It's easy, right? Starts to get heavy once you get towards 10. But guess what? Right here, after left leg, there we go, halfway through. 5 more. 5. Last 4, right? Check your center, make sure you're engaged. Final 3. For 2. Last 1. And release. Put the block off to the side. Done with the block, but not done with this connection. Feet together, fingers forward. See if you could snake them forward a ½ an inch. 10 pulses. Heart forward, strong center. Let's go. Pulse. 5. Oh. Down. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years. They never get easy. They do get higher though, you know. They know they're not easy. Okay, 1 more round. Ready? Bend your knees. Now I'm giving you the number. Again, we're working in 10, so we're gonna work 5 on each side here, but it's not easy. So lift up, hold on for a moment. And you're holding on to pull your chest forward. So again, in any of these boats, half boats, it's about not rounding, so it doesn't matter how high your legs go. Okay, we got the upper body, you're pulling in, keep it, arms forward. Lower, come up onto your left sitting bone, twist your arms to the right, come through center, twist left. There's 1. Knees together, there's 2. 4, last round. and 5. Center off, put your feet down. Usually do a lot more, but since we're doing this other one, let you off a little easy today. All right, hands forward. Let's do it. 10 pulses, and then we cool down. Finish strong. Let's go. Pulse. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Oh. That's done. Okay, shake out your legs. Okay. Now, you can take your block under your sitting bone, under your seat if you want. I would go under left side first. We're going to do a hamstring stretch, but begin by bending your right knee. Right elbow inside your knee, grab the outside of your foot. You're in half happy baby. Pull your knee back, stretch your leg forward. Like just juicing up that leg. I mean, it should be pretty juiced up after all of that, but let's see if we can get some nice range of motion here. 2 more. And 1. Now the hamstring. So again, you might be on a block, which if this is tough for you, you don't have to hold your foot. You can hold your thigh, right? If your knee is bent, that's okay. It's the extension through your heel that matters. But if you can grab your foot and then start to pull your foot up, and again, I'm not really interested is rounding my head to touch my shin, right? If it happens because you're pulling up, great. But I'm more worried or concerned, not worried, concerned with that right hip dropping back and my right heel pushing up. So I'm pulling on my heel right now with my hands, and then I'm lengthening my chest. And to me, I really feel in the back of my right leg into that hamstring, and that's what we're going for here. So take a few more breaths. And decide, do you want half ankle to knee, keep your left leg straight, or do you want full ankle to knee, bend your left knee, and then cross your right foot over on top. And as always, I did a lot of squats this morning, so I feel especially tight in this angle, but it's okay. That's why we're here, right? This is the antidote to loading your body. Is recovery, and now we are in recovery mode. So let's just try to soften here for the next 90 seconds in your ankle to knee pose. You can stay upright, of course. If you're with me, you're flexing your feet. I will eventually have my forearms down. Right now I'm just easing in again because I did a big leg workout this morning. Tuesdays are always challenging in the sense that I do a big leg workout and then teach this class, but it's also partly intentional because I do all that loading and then I come and I get to spend a little bit of time stretching and creating mobility right after the workout. And that feels like a proper order for that sort of day. Guys, another 45 seconds here. Settle in. Deep breaths. One more deep breath. Okay, come on up and stretch your legs out. I know I've mentioned this before, but I used to see students take my class and then go out on the treadmill. Let's take a twist and then we'll do the other side. So bend your right knee, cross it over your left foot. You can keep your left knee straight or bend it back. Left arm up and take your spinal twist here. And so my classes have always been rigorous in the beginning, and then there's always time for stretching, right? Longer pigeons or different postures. So this is static stretching where we're holding for long periods. Now the last thing I want to do is take time to really just hold stretches and then go and put the kind of impact force that running or weightlifting would do to your body. So the order is you can do mobility work to warm up, like ballistic stretching or mobility work like we were doing earlier. Then you do your workout, then you stretch. But if you stretch, static stretch first, 2 more breaths here, static stretch first, and then go do workouts with impact force, then you're increasing your risk of injury. And release, take a leg counter stretch. Right, so I know people have different times that they like to work out and do things, but you gotta be smart with all sorts of movement. Bend your left knee, let's do the half happy baby. So right leg long, pull back, and stretch. So even for example, like this sort of movement is perfect because this is a ballistic stretch. You're just tapping in and then moving through your range of motion, which is really mobility work. One more. And that's how you want to warm up for an exercise. But then when you move here into the hamstring stretch, right, you don't want to hold a stretch for 30 or 40 seconds and then go put impact force on that those lengthened muscles in your hamstrings. Right? You want to always warm up in a way that mimics what you're about to do. So when we do overhead presses, like this morning, right, we start with just the bar. We'll start with band work and then the bar before we load any more weight on. We squatted today, so we did a bunch of squats, body weight squats to warm up, but we didn't hold them. We moved through our range of motion. About 3 more breaths here. Okay, bend half ankle to knee or move into your full ankle to knee here. Again, we got a little bit of time here. So ease in. Of course, this pose might be easy for you and then you really enjoy it and you come right down. That is awesome. That is not my body. But that is where patience and diligence comes into this practice. Right? Being aware of where you are, not pushing anything. And then as your breath gets deeper and you relax your nervous system, your body starts to give way. Good, about halfway through. So for these next 45, 50 seconds, see if you can really just let your breath take over, let it consume your body and your thoughts, and then just try to relax. Nice deep breath. Come on up, stretch your legs out. And then cross your left ankle, your left foot over, and again, you can bend your right knee or keep it straight. Extend your right arm up and come into your last pose here before we rest. I swear he knows when his food is close. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Rotate back to center. Do you want something? And go ahead, extend your legs out. Come to lie on your backs. Take a few minutes for Shavasana here or seated meditation. And thank you as always for practicing with me. I will be back on Thursday for a stretch session. See you then. Namaste.